Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Cancer, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of April 20th to the 26th. This week for you we have the Yes Oracle card. A very, very clear message and a great one to see when you've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun in your reading. Behind there we have the Satya Oracle card from the Yogic Path deck. We also have the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the amazing energy of the Sun, and the Ace of Wands. So interesting energies, Cancer, this week. I feel like you are really going to have your eyes wide open. You might be calling someone out or catching someone out who's not being truthful. I really think that you're on the quest for truth and clear communication this week. We have the Wheel of Fortune. There's a luck change that is definitely on the cards for you, literally. And there's new opportunities coming your way, and I think you're going to be the opportunist that maybe sees things, just present themselves and jumps on them, and they could actually expand and turn into something. Of course, we've got the beautiful Sun here, such a positive omen. That is also probably the most powerful Yes card of the tarot. So the universe is really trying to send you a clear message this week that if there is something that you've been wanting to pursue or there's a key decision on your heart, that the answer is yes this week. I mean, there's nothing really to read out with this oracle card. It's really just saying that don't overthink things this week. Even though we've got some intellectual energies here, it's about really tuning into what your the wisdom of your body and going with that. What feels good in your gut and in your intuitive centers. Go with that. Don't be overruled by logic this week. And the universe with the Sun card and this card here is saying that yes, it really is a great time for you to move forward with whatever decision or action that you may have been thinking about taking for a while. And we have the Satya Oracle card here. Such a beautifully illustrated deck, this one, from Sahara Rose. Now, Satya is all about truth and authenticity. It's really about taking off the masks and really getting to your core and your core of truth. Some of you might be going through that process at the moment. As I've been talking about, a lot of us are coming back to the portal of the heart now that we're self-isolating and away from the distractions, now that we're in the stillness. Some of us are trying, actually seeing truths within ourselves and reconnecting with the wisdom internally. However, I also feel like this extends to your external world this week with the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords in this reading. I really feel that there is a truth that could come to light, or that you might actually almost unmask somebody else. I'm just seeing that vision, in Scooby-Doo. If any of you remember that cartoon, at the end they always unmask the villain, and sometimes they realise it was their friend or someone, their boss or someone they interacted with in that day or in that week. So there could be some truth coming to light, or some kind of demasking, or some of you might be taking off your own masks now. So it's interesting cards here, guys. So actually I'll just pop that other oracle card back on there, and we'll start here in the recent past, or what you might be on the threshold of right now. Seven of Swords and the King of Swords. This combo for me definitely says that you might be catching someone out, catching someone in the act of maybe a little white lie. Obviously there's scales, it could be a big lie as well. Maybe catching someone out being, saying one thing and doing another, someone being inconsistent. It could be somebody who has two faces as well, who's not completely aligned and congruent. That they could be dealing with a person like that. The Seven of Swords can also talk of deceit, obviously levels to that as well. It could be something really small, like someone saying, yeah, I'll meet up with you, or have that, virtual wine or something on Friday night, but then you find out that they've made another plan with someone else and maybe told you a lie. It can be as small as that, or it can be a greater deception, cheating on social media, emotional cheating, all that sort of stuff. Of course, it doesn't just, it can be in our romance, in committed partnerships. It could be in a work situation as well. Maybe your boss saying, oh no, there's no way you're going to be let go because of this COVID-19 thing. And then you find out that, a week down the track, they're letting people go. It can be just those things that are just inconsistent. So that's the Seven of Swords energy, or someone showing you a different face two different faces, all of that kind of thing. The things going on behind your back, the slies, the sneakies. But you're the King of Swords this week here, Cancer. So I think that you're going to be seeing right through all of it, and you're going to be able to call it out. The King of Swords can also be a truth revealed. So maybe something comes to light without you actually, having to push for that action. So that's a possible thing as well. The King of Swords is also a great communicator. So there could be a communication that takes place where some information comes out, or this person might actually call themselves out, in their own lie as well by backtracking on their story or something like that. But I think it's great that, I think that you're in a really powerful position with this week, Cancer. And what I love about the King of Swords is that in the imagery there, he sits on that cliff top, and that's kind of the metaphor for being in a position where you've got the vantage point where you can see it all playing out. And it's from that position that you can kind of connect the dots. I feel like you're the one that's kind of been tracking the pieces of this story, and you're very clear. And therefore, if it does come to a head with this person, you can actually say, well, this, and this is what's actually happened, the fact of the situation, and you're the one that has been acting inconsistently. So you're the one with the big perspective, the eagle-eye view from that position, Cancer. You're the one that has the ability to transform the situation, to pull the masks off. So absolutely love that. Something's coming to a head. And whether it's related to that situation or the next chapter that you're moving in, we have the amazing Wheel of Fortune. Probably my favourite card in the tarot deck, because it's kind of like a shift in luck, but we don't quite know, what's going to be on the other side of it quite yet. But it does talk about completion of karmic contracts. So whatever the situation is here, whether it's big or large, or going on for a long time or short period of time, possibly there was a karmic contract there. That karmic contract could have been just you, standing in your power and actually saying to that person, hey, I saw what went down there, or I know what's going on. You're actually teaching that person a life lesson, or being the catalyst for their life lesson in just a brief moment like that. That could be the karmic contract, or it could be something that's been playing out over a long period of time if it's deceit in the situation. Either way, the tables are turning. This is a luck change. The wheel is spinning. It's one of the biggest cards of change in the tarot. And they always say, look to the cards next to it. Which way is the pendulum swinging? It's right next to the sun, Cancer. So this is a change in an extremely positive direction for you. And it's really supporting this yes theme here of, if there is that new direction that you're moving into, it's saying, yes, just do it, just jump, It's beautiful energy here that is also said to have a 10-year energy. So what you're setting up now could really influence your whole next decade. And I think it could be also linked to this opportunity that we see coming in here. We have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands. I feel like this is all like perfect pair of cards in this reading. So the Ace of Wands talks about, an opportunity or a passionate offer coming in. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who is the opportunist that can see an opportunity kind of almost before it lands. So once again, I feel like you're being asked to evoke the energy of the Queen of Wands. That is to keep your eyes peeled, to be on the lookout for these opportunities as they come in this week. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is very opportunistic. So she's always on the lookout for things and can, I've just kind of said the same thing twice there, but she always is operating from that place of expecting that something's going to come in. That's what I'm trying to say. And when when you're in that place, you see things as they come in, whereas sometimes opportunities arise. Like if you think about the energy of the Five of Cups, it's like if you're connected to another energy or connecting to the past, there can be opportunities right beside you, but you don't see them. The Queen of Wands is the opposite to that. She sees them all right. And because she's in that position, as soon as she sees them, she can make those instinctual, calculated decisions on how to seize that and to quickly take inspired action to start manifesting straight away. So I feel like you're going to be, offered some kind of opportunity and you need to take it and run. All the cards lined up saying, yes, just do it, just do it. Now, the Ace of Wands, like I said, it could be a passionate offer. Of course, that can be, someone coming in, whether obviously it's a bit hard to do it in person at the moment, but somebody maybe going into the DMs or messaging you, or, you connect with in some way that, wants to connect with you romantically. Or, it can be in work and business as well, because it can be a new offer of a job or a project or a way to make money that you feel is really on purpose for you, so you feel passionate about it. Can also be, deepening sense of spirituality, or just really re-establishing your sense of energy, enthusiasm, and personal power again. But I'm really feeling opportunity with that, just because it's linked with the Queen of Wands. Like any opportunity, guys, this is an ace and it's number 1 in the wand suit. And this is seeds, right? It's like planting a seed. They do need some kind of, a new seed is vulnerable. It needs to be watered and nurtured and loved and looked after, and to make it grow and expand and sprout. So if this new opportunity comes along, if it's person, business opportunity, whatever it is for you, put some energy into it. Energy flows where thought goes. So really connect with it, make the first move or move subsequent moves. Just don't let it go. Don't let it die. Don't let that seedling die, right? Just put put the effort into it, because you are being divinely gifted this opportunity, and the universe is saying that this is not an opportunity to be missed. We've got the sun energy here, like I said, the biggest card of positivity in the tarot deck, that says that whatever is coming your way, it could be like a lifelong abundant thing, or definitely lead to something like that. The sun is just like the biggest kind of, divine confirmation card, if you will, that says, this is not only predestined timing or meant to be, but yeah, it's going to, we've got one sunflower, we're going to a whole field here. It really could be your field of dreams. And it's not come after, just a time of all roses. If you look at the baby here, it's burst through this brick wall. It's kind of a metaphor for sometimes the good things that come to those that wait, the good things come to those that have gone through the dark times, who have pulled down the tower. Some of you might have gone through a tower moment recently. And there's a sense of vulnerability as well, and a sense of being reborn. I think this is a new chapter opening up for you. Either way, it's extremely bright. The sun is just like, all that illumination shining down on you, and it has a strong sense of divine guidance. In fact, all these 3 cards do, so it's definitely meant to be. I always say with the sun as well, if you think about light, it is so healing. It it really takes away the darkness. I really feel like you're moving into a much more positive chapter of your life, and a chapter of much greater happiness. So I really feel like everything's lined up for you this week, Cancer, and you should just go for it, whatever it is. Right, I'm just going to pull a key message word from these cards here for you to close out the reading. I've had these for a while, so I've decided to start using them. Just going to give them a little shuffle, and then I'm going to choose one for you. Well, actually, today it's come out. I was going to choose it. Simplicity. Interesting. So I really feel that this is this one here, this is what we're all coming back to at the moment. A lot of us are getting back to the simple pleasures of life, because we're in self-isolation, and we're not running around and having access to all the beautiful clothes shops and fancy dinners out and all that sort of thing. So I think it really is a time to embrace the simple pleasures in life. And I just wanted to point out too, at the bottom of these cards here is integrity. And I think maybe that's also the one that really wanted to be seen, because there is a theme about truthfulness, about being aligned, having integrity this week, especially with these 2 cards here, with that 7 of Swords and maybe calling someone out. So just make sure that you're operating from a place of integrity as well, so that you can go into whatever this is, this romantic offer or this business offer, whatever it is, so you can go into it with a strong sense of honesty and integrity. It's the best place to operate from. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for everyone. Feel free to leave me a comment, because I always love to know, if it resonates and how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.